Like a month now, since you left my side. Got me smoking a blunt now, but there ain't no vibe. Cause I fucked up badly, all I did was push.
What is up, YouTube? It is me again, Callan, and today I'm going to be taking you guys to be tattooing with me. As you can see, we're here at the studio. Just got my designs already printed out. This is the setup today. I'll be doing everything here. I know it's a little bit messy. The cables are just all over the place, so I'm going to tidy that up once we get started. I'll do my best to get as much of footage in. It's just my SD card won't be able to take in as much of the memory. Today I'll also be working with a mask. Completely recovered now, but I don't want to take any chances, but I had a really bad flu earlier this week, so I'm finally easing back into work. The session will be a long one today. It's maybe 10 to 12 hours. It's gonna be a very detailed piece, as you can see. A lot of stuff going on, but today is a Poseidon piece that I'm gonna be doing, and we're adding a little bit of a twist to it with a cathedral. I'm very excited for it. Just waiting for my client, but once he arrives, we'll be putting on the stencil. When putting on the stencil, it's important to sanitize the skin and strip any sweat, including any oils. This is to ensure the stencil will stay long and your skin is completely clean. So here we are, and at this phase I'm sizing and visually placing the stencil and seeing where it'll flow best. Don't be afraid to resize or make adjustments if the original size does not work. See that the size is good, so let's proceed. As my stencil applicator, I'm using Stencil stuff. You can get this stuff on any tattoo supply. I like it a lot and it does get the job done. When I'm putting on my applicator, I do layers to ensure that the stencil stays longer. And here we have it. The stencil is finally on. Generally, my style of mapping the stencil tends to be a little bit more busier than others. This is to ensure that I can capture as much detail and stay truthful to the reference. We're gonna let it dry for about 5 to 10 minutes while I finish setting up, and we'll start. So this is my setup, and these are the needles that I will be using. I'll be inserting my setup here in the text for you to pause and take a look at. In the beginning of any tattoo, I focus on the darkest parts, and I go from bottom to top. The only time that I would really go with my lightest wash is to really just do bloodlines, but for the most part I do start on the darkest parts. In my gray wash setup, I really just use the first 3 cups as my primary focus, and I work in portions or sections. So the first 3 cups would be solid black, dark gray, or medium. The last 2 cups, which would be my light tones or my extra light tones, these are to really just blend. So everyone's style is different, so the way I approached this tattoo was getting some shapes in the beard and adding some texture. One good tip when doing realism or any other designs that may be complex is to really just identify them in shapes and work in that sense. But don't get too caught up in the small details, focus on the bigger picture. So when you're using an iPad, it's very easy to really just zoom in and be very tedious about certain parts. But for the most part, when you look outwards, you'll see that those little things don't really matter. It's how you compose all those shapes together in the bigger picture. Most times I'm doing a brushing motion and only hitting the surface of the skin. Here's what the beard looks like with some of the darkest parts. It's good to build layers, although it takes time and it's less trauma to the skin. For the beard specifically, I used a 7 mag along with the 3 and 5 round shader. The There was still some more to darken and add shadowing, but this was the progress about 2.5 to 3 hours in. So I apologize, I did skip a lot of the parts as I was moving a bit faster than I needed to, but this is the end of the tattoo, and for this part we'll be putting on the whites. As you can see, the client's skin is not too red, almost not visible, and it doesn't feel swollen or tight. It feels almost like regular skin. I switched my machine when doing whites or opaques to my FK Irons EXO, which happens to be a 4.0 stroke. This is to ensure that it's more hard hitting, and I do like it when using thicker or colored ink to go in much easier. This is a personal preference and you don't need to do this. For the whites, I am using a 3-round shader for this process. For long sessions like this, I felt really tired in the end, so it's important to rest well before a long day and eat good food. Again, I felt like I should have spent more time on certain parts, but again, that's with every tattoo. This is a learning curve that I have found for myself. And we are done. It is 10 o'clock right now. I just finished the tattoo. My client just left. And man, I'm really happy about it. There are some things that I did learn, not like mistakes in the sense that I did something wrong. It's more so learning how to approach certain areas in this tattoo. I'm really happy about it, and I'm gonna show you guys what the tattoo looks like. I do apologize, I didn't take too much videos. I was very locked in and I was very focused. I couldn't take the time to really just record and such, but I did the best that I could. And I'm gonna show you guys what the tattoo looks like now. So that's the tattoo. Again, feel free to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. You'll find that my Instagram and my portfolio is in the bio. But I'll catch you guys on the next video, and if you did like this video, please let me know. Your feedback is greatly appreciated. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you on the next.